Well, everyone, I wanted to kind of break down again some of, I guess, the two best keyboards that you can use on any iPhone really out there. Now, the thing is that I like stock Apple's keyboard. I like the stock Apple keyboard. I think it has a lot of capability. I don't even know what that is. I think it has a lot of capability, and this is my go-to keyboard. If there's the one that I just think is the best one that's just kind of, works with everything, I think it has to be this one, and I think that's the most boring answer ever. But there's a lot of annoyances with this. But first, the good. I mean, it's great. It's very, very stable. I've never had any other keyboard that I've, personally had as a third-party keyboard that was as stable as this one. It never randomly crashes. It never really glitches up. And I do like the ability of just having that capability right there. Another big thing, and I think this is still the case, is that if you're using a third-party keyboard and you have to go and type in your password or any type of like security type of information, it always switches back to this keyboard. So that's another thing to keep in mind. You're always pretty much going to run into this keyboard one way or another. So I think that's a great thing. I love the swipe, typing capability. I think that's been great. I love having that type of capability too. And another thing is that, if you want to use the built-in emojis, well, the emojis within the stock, iPhone app are great. And I'm not too sure if they update the same on other third-party keyboards. For example, iOS 15.4, we're going to be getting newer emojis, and I don't know if those are going to be added in this specific version of software too. I could be totally wrong, but I'm not too sure how that goes. But the one annoyance and a couple of annoyances that I have is that this keyboard really never gets updates. It doesn't really get new features. Swipe was like the last feature that we got that was cool, but autocorrect has always been a mess, and for some reason, Apple just doesn't fix a lot of these issues. And if they do, we have to wait until the next full OS update, which can be really annoying, and that could be like months away. That's why another keyboard that I use heavily is Gboard, not this one. Gboard is another keyboard that I use all of the time, and this is a theme that I have in this specific keyboard, and this is a really awesome keyboard. You can download, I'll leave a link in the description, but you can just type in Gboard and it'll show you on the App Store. And I think out of all the keyboards that I've used, this is another one that's almost just like the stock iOS app. The stock iOS keyboard with more capability. You can see I have a custom theme on it. You can change it however you want to, but essentially the same exact layout. You can get to emojis pretty much the same exact way as well. And as far as I can tell, they have the same exact type of layout too, which is really cool. So they're not like Android emojis, even though it's a Google's keyboard. It's, stock iOS. And on top of that, you can also see some different, whatever this is, GIFs here, these standard emojis like this, which is really funny. You still have the bottom bar that's the same. You can change your keyboard here. You can type in your micro, and you can do dictation here too, which is really cool. Hopping back out, you can see it's a standard keyboard. You can do the swipe thing too, which if you type in swipe, same exact thing. But another really cool thing is if you hold down the settings icon, you can go ahead and change it to, next keyboard, one-handed keyboard. You can go into the settings. For some reason, it doesn't allow you to go straight into settings, but Gboard has a lot of settings built in. So within the Gboard app, you can see you can change your keyboard settings. If you go in keyboard settings, you can see a ton of things you can change here. You can pause the video to see it. Hopping back out, you can go under themes and you can change the theme of the keyboard, which is really cool. One thing with the dark keyboard is that in order to get a dark keyboard on your iPhone, you have to be on dark mode. But now you actually don't have to do that, which is really cool. You can just do dark mode here and still have everything on light mode, which is what I kind of prefer. But on top of that, you have this Google search button here. Now it does tell you to enable full access or whatever, but by tapping on the Google search icon, you can actually search on Google strictly right in your browser. So it's almost like having a second internet browser right in your keyboard, which is really funny. Now it's not like full in depth, it's nothing crazy, but it does show you some really cool information, which is really cool. So those are the two main keyboards I would probably recommend, and I think those are the best keyboards for iPhones, the stock Apple keyboard and probably Gboard as well. So that pretty much covers it. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.